Okay, here's one. Am I an asshole for throwing away roommate's marijuana stash, demanding a room change, and going over to the RA over marijuana?
So initially I would say yes, but I want to hear the story.
So this happened a while back, but it came up offhand, and now an acquaintance is saying that I'm kind of an asshole for it. As a freshman, I had just signed up to be randomly matched with a roommate before starting college last fall. She was fine, weren't any instant BFFs, but we generally got along pretty well. Unless, about a month in, I found out she smokes marijuana and keeps her stash in her room. We're in a state that allows medical marijuana and a limited recreational use, but I don't care how legal it is or if it's on the state level because I'm an ROTC cadet. Plot twist, right? You know ROTC?
No, what's
It's
that?
military.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't care less on a personal level either, whether or not someone smokes weed, but I have to smell it. Except as a cadet, I cannot have marijuana. It is federally illegal substance where I live. This is the kind of thing that could cause me to lose my contract and thus scholarship. Okay, so long story short, she politely asked her to move it to the trash and never bring it again, but the roommate just rolled her eyes and said no one cares about it anymore, and war on drugs, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But basically, 2 weeks later, this person's on her period, she's out of pads, and she could ask if she could borrow one of hers. She said, sure thing, no problem. Waved at a drawer where she was chilling on her bed. They open it up, and what does she find? Yeah. The stash. So she ran off, demanded from the RA to change her room, and she's never looked back.
But she didn't throw it out? Well, she did throw it out.
No, she went to the RA. That's the head.
I know what the RA is, but so she didn't throw out the weed?
No, she didn't. Or I might have skipped over that on the abbreviation because I was trying to speed up a giant paragraph. Right?
So a couple things about this, first of all. Was she smoking in the room?
Good question.
Because if she's just storing it in like a Ziploc bag,
this person's being crazy.
You're not going to smell it.
Right.
It's in her side of the room. You're not going to be blamed for possession. You're sharing a room.
And it's not your apartment.
It's not your apartment. You're on your side of the room. She's on their side of the room. If she's just storing it there, but she's going outside to smoke, then like, no, you are putting personal feelings onto this.
Yeah.
If she was lighting up and smoking in the room and you asked her to stop and she didn't, then I would say you have every right to ask to move rooms or be angry.
Right.
But don't throw it out.
No, definitely. She's definitely being an asshole. She's not wrong to him. I don't know who it was. I think it was a her, right? Whoever this person is, you're not wrong for defending yourself, but you do the work.
Yeah.
You don't force the work on someone else.
Or, like,
right?
If she does keep smoking in the room, you have every right to go to the RA and be like, I want to change rooms, blah, blah, blah.
You change the room.
Totally fine.
Right.
But she shouldn't be smoking inside in a shared room anyway. I think that's just rude. But if she's just storing it in her drawer, which is what it sounds like, and she's not smoking it around you, and she has a medical card, and it's
you're
legal,
just being crazy.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
No one's gonna take your scholarship away for something your roommate is doing.
Well, that's not true. That can happen.
Really?
For sure. Yeah.
That's bullshit though, because you have separate sides of the room. You can't control what other people bring in.
No, but it's not necessarily if they have it in the room, which I guess could happen, right? Okay. But it's also, so most extreme example, right? Someone comes in to search the room, they find marijuana, they hold both people culpable. Or even if this roommate who smokes weed isn't really all there, maybe she can put the blame on her roommate. I get those fears. They're definitely too extreme to react this way. The most important thing is this. You're sharing a room with another human being. Mm-hmm. The probability of another random human being needing to smoke weed also is very high. So I call shenanigans on this. I think there's more to this than what the story gives.
It sounds like she's a personal
vendetta. Yeah, that's what I think. Because there's nothing to do about you instituting change to protect yourself. It's about you forcing change on somebody you don't get along.
Like if she was coming in, like I said, and like blowing it in your face or smoking it in the room, I get it. But she sounds like she's just storing it there because you didn't know. She definitely wasn't smoking it in the room because you didn't know she had it until you went into a drawer and opened it up.
That's true. Yeah.
So you didn't know it was there.
And she ran to the cops.
She went to the cops?
Well, the college
RA?
cops.
Oh, there's college cops. It's weird to me because in England we don't have that. Like in college dorms, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. They don't have like curfews or anything because you're an adult. So it's weird to me in America they have all these weird rules in college dorms.
It's definitely different per college, but each RA really is a senior looking over freshmen.
But that's so weird to me. Like we don't have that in the UK.
But it's more for like sexual assault stuff.
Okay.
It's like more for like the extreme.
RAs will like check rooms and do like room checks and shit.
Yeah, they
like
do
I
that
get the idea of
sometimes.
like an older student being there to keep an eye out and like as a helping hand. But sometimes it sounds like these RAs are just there to like make sure your room's tidy and stuff. I'm like, you're a grown ass human.
Yeah.
You keep your own room tidy. That's not someone else's
Some
job.
colleges do that, and I would
very
never
bizarre
go
to
there.
me.
If they were to do like a prison style, open your door, we're doing searches. Be like, well, okay, well, bye.
I remember my friend was at FIT here in the city, and the dorm they had like curfews. They had room checks. They couldn't sign in guests.
That's crazy.
Which is wild. No, just this is pre-COVID. This is when I was like 21, 22, and she lived in a college dorm. She was 21 years old, and she still couldn't have alcohol in her college dorm because they had all these rules. I'm like, you can't bring guests over. I used to go stay at my friends' dorms in the UK all the time when I go visit them at the universities. I didn't realize they had all these checks and regulations.
So yeah, you're an asshole. You're a terrible person. Take the responsibility on yourself. Make the changes for yourself.
You're a terrible person. All right.
You are that poor person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know this person, right? She could have celiac, right? Isn't it celiac? You need to smoke weed in order to combat your condition.
Well,
or Crohn's disease. Excuse me.
Yeah, Crohn's disease.
Maybe she has Crohn's.
She's Crohn's. She could have chronic pain. She could
have chronic pain.
Anything. There's been so much studies about how much marijuana can actually have a medical effect, which is why there are medical cards and you can legally have it medically provided to you. So
she wasn't smoking in the room.
It could be a prescription. You just throw out someone's prescription.
That's the most important thing, right?
You.
Like secondhand smoke, I can understand because you do get tested.
But you didn't know about it until you opened that drawer and found it. So clearly it wasn't bothering you beforehand.
Right.